Hello everybody, welcome back to Cozy Condo Gaming. We've got another, hopefully great Kyle simulator game. This one's called Kyle is Famous, and if I could press the right buttons, everything would go a lot smoother. Kyle is Famous by John Szymanski. This is the one that was on itch for free. There's multiple endings, but we're not going to look at that. We're just going to start the game. Kyle wakes up. He is famous. Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle. I do stay up late, honestly. More. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed. Hi, I don't know how to read. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man. Okay, that hurts, but a little bit. Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields. Sure, I am doing that. Anybody out there feeling inspired by me? Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details. Please don't. Please don't. Most online videos are best of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast. Okay. The eye of the world is upon Kyle. Stop. Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet. Who is it? Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. Oh my god, I'm so excited. She is a kind and lovely philanthropist. Everyone's heard of her. She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation. Kyle cracked his eyes open. Is that an expression? Do people say that? Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Was he sleeping and then he just I don't know. Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely. Start preparing. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Wither away or exit the bed. I typically like to exit bed. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his room. Open the closet, scavenge, sit at desk, exit bedroom to hallway. I feel like we should sit at the desk. That's a good place. Kyle has made his way over to the desk and sat down. Write notes for interview, back to room, check in desk drawer. We should be writing notes, right? That makes sense. Kyle wrote down his first question. Are you a mother? Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother? Are you a mother? Kyle wrote down his second question. What are some diet tips? Beef, mashed, or blended? Ever eaten a raw egg whole? I don't think you can mash or blend beef, and I don't think I've seen people eat. I've seen somebody eat a raw egg. That was nasty. What are some good diet tips? Kyle wrote down his third question. What's your funniest story? Do you ever smile? I purposely ran over a puppy. I think right now we're just going to play the safe route, and then after that we're going to take all the crazy routes. Kyle wrote down his last question. What's your guilty pleasure? Do you feel guilty? Are you guilty? Wait. What's your guilty pleasure? Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk. Back to desk. Kyle made his way over to the desk and sat down. Check in desk drawer. There must be something in there. Kyle opened up the side drawer on the desk and grabbed one of the items stored there. Why can't I read today? This is crazy. Back to desk. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Back to room. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Alright, I don't know what's happening anymore. We've got 19 hours left. Exit bedroom to hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Check locked door, leave apartment, move to kitchen, return to bedroom. Oh, we should probably... We've got 18 hours. We've still got plenty of time. Let's get some food going. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Check pantry, open fridge, return to hallway. What's in the fridge? Kyle opened the fridge intending to find something to eat. Eat crust on fridge wall, eat the fridge, prepare breakfast, eat condiments. Breakfast seems like a good call. Kyle's a weird guy, isn't he? Kyle constructed a breakfast of poached eggs and toast along with a small fruit cup and grilled sausage. Smash. We're not smashing our food. We're eating our food. Kyle ate his breakfast slowly and thoughtfully, enjoying every bite. He felt refreshed. Returned to kitchen. So we've eaten. We're feeling good now. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. We should return back to the hallway. Kyle walked in the small hallway. I guess we should leave. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long pondering look around him. Visit downstairs neighbor, visit tech store. What's at the tech store? Kyle walked into the clean white tech store. He was greeted by Techno Jim, an elaborate cutout mascot with flashing lights. Ask attendant for free samples or steal Techno Jim. Let's see about the free samples. Kyle asked whether the store attendant, whether or not they offered any free more. The attendant gave Kyle a confused and slightly vacant look. Kyle began to beg for a free sample. I don't want to beg. Wanting Kyle to leave, the attendant grabbed a decrepit phone meant for spare parts and held it out. Grab with hand. Kyle took the phone placently and from the outstretched hand and said, quietly. Thanks for your service. Kyle now has this phone to use forevermore. Back to store. Kyle walked into the clean white tech store. He's greeted by Techno Jim and elaborate, whatever. We should give a review of free sample. This phone, Kyle said. This phone is several years old and has exposed wires coming out the back. See right there? The phone also has had screen issues after I used it to hammer nails into the wall for a painting. It's this one back here. I used this phone to hammer the, whatever. Furthermore, when I submerge it in water, I get severely shocked until it runs out of battery. The attendant looks at Kyle, pursed his lips, and said nothing. ... Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. Saber, I'm assuming that was you. Thank you for blocking that. Ooh, Ronaldo, I don't know. I didn't even notice that there was a thing. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Rachel smiled, quickly turned to shock as she realized Kyle had not put on clothes that day. Oh no, I'm completely naked. Kyle waved and smiled broadly. Rachel uncomfortably averted her eyes. Kyle started making his rounds around the room, greeting each crew member, none of whom looked at him directly. As it became apparent that Kyle had no intention of leaving, Rachel made some excuses and exited the set. One by one, the crew followed suit. Or suitless, in that case. Kyle was left all alone, and... Kyle prepared by being a nudist. Alright, that's neat. Wow. Oh, we've got more choices now. I forgot to get dressed. Pants are for cowards. My first decision, wither away. Kyle decided to stay put and wither away. Kyle withered successfully and died. Shucks. I do say shucks a lot, too. That's funny. Kyle is now a ghost. This does not relieve him of his responsibilities. Get out of bed anyway. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his room. We should scavenge. Kyle quickly crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for bugs, gossip, or back to bedroom. Obviously, we're looking for bugs. Kyle started to pick between the fuzz of his bedroom carpet, hoping to catch a stray beetle or two. Soon he had a small handful of various insects, dead and alive. We should save some for later. Kyle stashed the wriggling mass for later use. Back to my room. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. I just spat way much. That was disgusting. Let's open the closet. It was dark, and he could only really see his hanging shirts. We'll put on clothes this time. Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is. Jeans and swimming goggles, skunk pasties, slick suit, or a suit of armor. Obviously, I'm a ghost in a suit of armor. Kyle was unsure of what exactly caused him to decide to wear his armor, but it felt like the right thing to do. After much squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to wrap the metal suit around his dumpy self. Okay, stop calling me dumpy. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. We should sit at the desk. He made his way over to his desk and sat down. We should check in the desk drawer. Kyle opened up the side drawer on his desk and grabbed one of the items here, a small key. Kyle grabbed the small key and kept it in his desk. He kept it in his desk. Back to desk. Back to room. Open the exit bedroom to hallway. Because I want to check the locked door. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway, but found quickly that the door was locked from the inside. First door opened with head, back to hallway, float through his ghost. We have that option. Kyle used his ghostly powers to walk straight through the door. Go inside. Kyle found himself in the room. He stashed various items sent to him by fans. Check sewing machine. Kyle walked over to the dilapidated sewing machine. Its box was only half removed. We should sew bug puppets. Kyle started sewing dead bugs together to make small actuated finger puppets. Kyle crafted a bug puppet for each finger. He named them after the guests he had interviewed on a show. Kyle found himself in the room, back to hallway. I've only got 3 hours left. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Let's float through the side door. We're going to do all the ghosty things today. Kyle found himself in the room. He stashed the various items sent to him by fans. Where is he keeping those bugs? Who even knows? I keep forgetting that I don't have chat pulled up on my laptop, or my PC. I'm sorry, I'm a PC gamer, not a laptop gamer. So I have to look at my phone, and I keep forgetting to do that. So if I don't answer any of your messages, that's why. Kyle found himself in the room. He stashed the various items sent to him by fans. Oh, that was nothing. Leave the apartment. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road. Visit downstairs neighbor. More. Kyle hurried to the set. Oh, okay. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. Okay, good. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. I don't know. As Kyle approached Rachel, looked up and smiled. "Good evening, Kyle," she said, looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here. I'm wearing a suit of armor, by the way." Kyle responded. Scream and spin in circles. Kyle started to stretch out his arms wide, tilted his neck upwards, and was interrupted by his producer telling him that that it was time to start the show. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Produced the bug puppets. Kyle slipped his bug puppets onto his fingers. "Hello, everybody," he said, wiggling the puppet he had named after himself. "I'm Kyle." "And I'm Rachel," Kyle screamed, wiggling a different finger. "You're so much better than me." "I know, Rachel," Kyle wiggled. He looked meaningfully at the human Rachel. I don't know what those are supposed to be," said one of Kyle's other puppets. "I'm super fat, and Kyle interviewed me last week." "And I'm super irritating," said another finger. "I'm not very attractive." Rachel stared at Kyle, incredibly disoriented. "Kyle?" she asked. "What are those puppets made out of?" Kyle thrust both hands at Rachel's face. Puppets pointed at her eyes. "We aren't puppets, Rachel." "Oh, that's creepy." "We are real people." Rachel plucked the puppet that Kyle had said was her off his finger. "Kyle," she exclaimed, "this is several dead bugs patched together." "Accept us, Rachel," said Kyle, scrunching. "We need acceptance." Rachel exited her chair and walked out of frame. In a moment, she returned with the bag. She plucked each puppet off of Kyle's hands and tossed them in the bag. "Kyle, leave the bugs alone next time," she said. Rachel left the frame again, bringing the bag of puppets along with her. Kyle suddenly was unsure of what to do by himself. Whatever. After a few minutes of hemming and hawing, Kyle resorted to telling jokes for the remainder of the broadcast. Fans did not notice much difference between this and previous episodes. Kyle prepared an average episode. Neat. What else are we going to do? We're going to browse social media this time. Kyle started to scroll through news articles on his phone. Stay Up Late with Kyle ranked number 1 and number 2 show on television. We should probably keep reading. News: New East Bridge being constructed after being found to not actually exist. Authorities investigating. Okay. Strange. Another grand larceny and crime spree streak. Evidence points to perpetrator fleeing the country. So maybe we shouldn't. Whatever. Rachel May to unexpectedly leave the country on very, very long vacation after interview tonight. Who is the bug vigilante recently spotted pursuing larcenists? I would think that's pursuing, is what that's supposed to be. Kyle fails to show up to several charity events. Bug vigilante shows up to charity events with fresh baked pastries. Donations flourish. Hot dogs making resurgence as fuel source for both humans and tugboats. Phone model recalled. Techno gem stores blame overuse by customers. Boy, this is weird. Kyle's phone exploded in the hands from overuse. Yeah. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his room. Exit bedroom to hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway. We're going to go to the kitchen. We should eat something, huh? Kyle walked out in the middle of the long road. Visit downstairs neighbor. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle expectantly. Greet and start conversation. "Good morning, neighbor," said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. Ask Gabby about Gabby or Rachel? We'll ask about Rachel. "Gabby," Kyle asked, "what are your true thoughts about Rachel May?" "Oh, Rachel?" Gabby said. "She's a wonderful woman. Her generous acts have inspired more good work than bad." Gabby trailed off, not meeting Kyle's eyes. "Am I still naked? I think I forgot to put clothes on again." After several uncomfortable minutes of silence, Kyle turned around and left. Let's go put some pants on, huh? Kyle walked out. Okay. Return to bedroom. Open closet. Shoes and outfit. We'll get my We'll get my skunk pasties on. Kyle chose the pasties made out of mashed skunk flesh. Getting the slimy garments to stay proved difficult, so Kyle opted to stick them to his body with hot glue, obviously. Exit bedroom. No, it's time. It's time. Leave the apartment. Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman. "Good evening. I've been looking forward to be here." Kyle responded. Answer politely. We'll be nice this time. "And I as well, Rachel." Extending his hand in greeting. "You're our most welcome guest." After other mild exchanges of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their places for the broadcast. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. "Good evening, everyone," said Kyle, looking at the camera. "Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction." Kyle, who motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. "Hello, Kyle," she said. "I'm glad to be here." In response, Kyle collapsed on the floor. From a combination of stressful preparation and not eating anything, Kyle had passed out. Nobody in the studio quite knew what to do with him. They began to poke Kyle in the back to see if he moved. After a while, they ended the broadcast, shut off the lights, and went home. Kyle was left face first on the floor. "Thanks, guys." Kyle prepared by starving himself. Boy, there are so many paths. I mean, 21, but still. I'm going to do as many of these as we can. We're going to exit the bed. We're going to try to do this the best way possible. First of all, we're going to choose an outfit. We're going to put on the suit. Kyle miraculously crammed his dumpy body into the suit. The chest pockets were filled with random knickknacks. Now we can go to the kitchen. Check the pantry. Kyle wanted to access the pantry but found it was locked with a small keyhole. Alright. So let me go back to my room. Sit at the desk. Check in the drawer for a small key. Back to desk. Back to room. Bedroom to hallway. Move to kitchen. Check pantry. Unlock with small key. The pantry door lock creaked as if it hadn't moved for years, but eventually opened. Instead of an assortment of canned goods and grains, Kyle pantry stored massive amount of bottled lard. Why not? Kyle voraciously grabbed the closet bottle, closest bottle. What are words? I'm not good at them. Snapped the neck against the wall and sucked all the fat out within a minute. Kyle wildly sucked down another bottle. He felt very sick. Let's keep on doing this. Kyle's vomit and the lard were mixing in a way to make it hard to tell which was which. Finished off the pantry. As Kyle finished off the last of the bottle of lard, he felt a wave of accomplishment come over him. God. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay. Walked out. Let's go talk with Gabby again. More. Nope, that was it. That's all we could do. Glamorous woman, air of genuity. Kyle approached her. Rachel looked up and smiled. "Good evening." I've been looking for. Kyle responded. "And I as well, Rachel." More. This is all the same thing. Welcome to back. Stay up late with Kyle. Kyle vomited all of the horrible things he had eaten earlier onto the floor. Rachel looked at Kyle concerned, gave a couple coughs, and decided to play it cool and keep the show running. Kyle stopped, then vomited again, then continued with a shaky voice. "Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction." Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. "Hello, Kyle. I'm glad to be here." "Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss, so we might as well dive right in." "Let's just dive right in." "I'm very ready," said Rachel with a winning smile. In a shock, Kyle realized he had never bothered to prepare any notes for the interview. Knowing he had the eyes of millions upon him, Kyle came up with a solution quickly. We're going to play dead." Kyle slumped in his seat and played dead. "Kyle, what are you up to?" asked Rachel, still smiling. Kyle did not respond and hoped nobody would ask questions. "Kyle, why are you pretending to be dead? I can see you breathing." "Oh." The producer whispered to Rachel over her earpiece, "Give him a couple slaps across the face and see if he wakes up." Rachel got up from her chair, walked to Kyle, and slapped him firmly across the face. Rachel slapped Kyle continuously, trying to get him to stop play acting. Other members of the crew stepped into frame to start slapping Kyle as well. Soon Kyle was lost in the amassment of people around him, all slapping his face with both hands. The slapping went on for many hours. Kyle did not wake up. Eventually, Kyle did not need to pretend to be unconscious. Kyle prepared by dying. That's not the worst one. That's not the worst way to die. Reset. We're gonna exit the bed. We're gonna eat first and then put some clothes on. But we're gonna eat something a little bit healthier. Like condiments. Kind of squirting them into his mouth with both hands. The rate at which ketchup, soy sauce, and other items entered Kyle's mouth was soon overrode his ability to swallow. Kyle spewed the excess condiments across the kitchen, covering the furniture and the walls. Kyle continued until all the condiments had been emptied. Well, won't be needing those later. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. It's in here. Kyle wanted to access the pantry. Oh, yeah. Return to the hallway. So now that we've eaten, it's time to put some clothes on. Return to the bedroom. Open the closet. Choose an outfit. I haven't worn the jeans and swimming goggles, but I think we'll stick with the suit for now. Return to the center of the bedroom. Exit. What else do we need to do? Yeah, I think that's it for now. Visit the tech store. Steel Techno Gym. Quickly, before the attendant could acknowledge him, Kyle grabbed Techno Jim by the shoulders. Finding that Techno Jim's cardboard feet were bolted to the ground. Who bolts cardboard to the ground? Kyle started to pull upwards forcefully. After several tugs, Techno Jim broke free, leaving 1 foot and 1 leg behind. Alright, well, we only need the head anyways. Kyle glanced at the attendant, who was staring bewildered, and ran outside to continue with the day. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Let's go talk to Gabby again. For just a few hours. Ask Gabby about Rachel, because it doesn't matter. This is all we had time to do. We hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host was Rachel. Interview Techno Jim, obviously. Kyle roughly shoved Rachel out of her seat and placed Techno Jim in her stead. Hello, Techno Jim. I'm going to interview you today. Kyle grasped Techno Jim's hand and tried to shake it, but instead tore off the cardboard frame. Kyle's producer, sensing viral media, pulled the bewildered Rachel out of frame and motioned to the crew to go live. Cameramen moved, lights flashed, and suddenly the studio was on air. Hi, I'm Kyle, and tonight I'm going to interview a very, very special guest. He pointed at Techno Jim using the dismembered arm. Techno Jim started to smoke from the heat of the lights. Would you like to introduce yourself? Knowing Jim would probably not speak, Kyle took it upon himself to be his voice as well. Hi, Kyle, he said, raising... Oh, hi, Kyle, he said, raising the pitch of his voice. My name is Rachel May, and I'm a very special guest. Rachel's expression of confusion turned to shock. Well, Rachel, you look way too thin and absolutely terrible, and you should feel ugly. Kyle gave Jim a meaningful stare. Wow, Kyle, he said, I sure wish I could look like you. God, I haven't done a falsetto in a long time. That hurts. Techno Jim burst into flames. Instantaneously, the sprinkler system initiated. Curtains of water poured down from the rafters. Within seconds, the production equipment was doused in water. The set was soon abuzz with electrical fires. Oh no. Kyle's crew abandoned their posts as cameramen and sound mixers to try to put the fires out. As the crew scrambled around, the cameras continued to run. Kyle sat motionless, staring forward. Eventually, the fires were all put out. Kyle's producer shut off the broadcast, leaving Kyle's vacant stare as the final flame. Kyle's ratings skyrocketed. Techno Jim became a staple on the show, often ending up destroyed by the end of each episode. Although Rachel did not come back on the show, her cardboard portrayal did. Rachel was very popular. Interviewed not Rachel. I think that was the best one yet. Exit the bed. We're gonna sit at the desk and we're going to write some notes for the interview. Am I a mother? My second question. Have you ever eaten a raw egg whole? My third question. Did you ever smile? And my last question. Are you guilty? Kyle ripped his pages of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk. Back to room. Put some clothes on. This time I'll choose the jeans. Kyle decided on a fashion-forward, casual style. He could barely see out of the goggles. I hope they're prescription goggles. Is that a thing? Do those exist in real life? Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Move to kitchen. Open the fridge. We'll just eat the fridge. Kyle pointed his neck directly upwards and hoisted the fridge on top of his face. Somehow, miraculously, he wrapped his mouth around the device and started to swallow. In one slow, horrible movement, the fridge slid down Kyle's throat. You know, I had a nightmare about this once. After many gurgles, pops, and snaps, Kyle felt relatively sure the fridge would not come back out. He walked to the center of the kitchen. I would check the fridge again, but it's in my stomach. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. So we're dressed, we've eaten, we've made some notes up. Let's visit the tech store. Give review a free sample. Oh yeah, we already did this part. Actually, they're very expensive. Oh, the prescription goggles do exist, but they are way expensive. Kyle walked out, returned to the apartment. Okay, hurried to the set. Rachel, good morning. Kyle responded, answered politely, and I as well, Rachel. You are a most welcome guest. More pleasantries. A moment after brightened the cameras clicked on. Good evening, everyone, said Kyle. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle. Kyle vomited all the horrible things he had eaten earlier onto the floor. She looked up at me concerned. Is this an ending that I've already seen? I'm very ready. Oh, there we go. Do you ever smile? Like, seriously, Kyle spouted his question out viciously. Rachel stopped smiling. If you're going to be on the show, you need to smile, okay? Said Kyle, definitely not smiling. You're here to get views, and you'll get more views if you smile. Here, I'll show you how. Kyle turned to the camera and gave the audience a huge, teeth-clenched, bug-eyed grimace. Rachel nodded and obviously wanted to move on. I asked another question. Ever eaten a raw egg whole? Hey, Rachel, you ever eaten a raw egg whole? Asked Kyle. Like shell and all? I have, like, a lot. It's really bad, though, so sometimes I spit it back up, like that fridge. You remember. There was a silence. But actually it gets easier the more you do it. Kyle continued without losing momentum, so don't start, I say. Rachel chose not to answer and look in another direction. Am I a mother? Rachel, am I a mother? Rachel was visibly very unsure of how to respond. Well, Kyle, I think you might be a better source of answering that question than I am. But do you think I'm a mother? Kyle asked, pushing further. Rachel paused for a second before answering. I think you inspire youth to pursue STEM fields, she answered. Kyle asked another question. Are you guilty? Rachel, are you guilty? Kyle threw his questions on the floor and stood up and pointed at her. I would stand up, but that would not be a good view for you. Rachel's eye twitched slightly. Guilty of what, dear Kyle? She smiled disingenuously. Guilty, spat Kyle, of your crimes! Rachel did not answer. Her eyelids both started twitching uncontrollably. Oh, man. Let's call the police. I'm kind of scared of Rachel. Kyle pulled out his phone and dialed the police. Hello, police? I believe I have found a criminal. Rachel began to run towards the exit. On her way, she swatted Kyle's phone out of his hand. No, let her go. Rachel disappeared out of the door, never to be seen again. In the coming days, the grand larcenies that had been plaguing the city stopped. Kyle was credited with exposing Rachel's crime spree, but nobody remembered in a couple weeks, of course. A month later, in the European city that Rachel had planned a vacation to, crime rates skyrocketed. I solved a crime. How about that? Imagine starting a talk show and projectile vomiting all over the place. Casual. Totally natural. Not weird at all. Ain't no thing. God, I kind of want to see all 21 endings. This might be a two-parter. Alright, we gotta exit the bed. Open the closet, choose an outfit. I'm gonna try this time. I'm gonna try to get a good thing going. So now we're gonna sit at the desk and make up some questions. Are you a mother? What are some diet tips? What's your funniest story? What's your guilty pleasure? Back to desk. So I'm dressed. I'm wearing a nice little suit. We've made all the questions. So now we're gonna go to the kitchen, and we're gonna open the fridge, and we're gonna prepare a nice breakfast. We're gonna eat the breakfast. We'll smash in the next go round. How about that? He felt refreshed. Return to the hallway. What else do I need to do? Let's talk to Gabby here. Greet and start conversation. Let's talk about Gabby. Gabby, tell me about yourself. Oh, she said, putting on a fake smile. I just sit around here. Yes, I don't get around much. Never go out at night. I just stay here. Right here, Gabby glared at Kyle. Convinced by Gabby's statement, Kyle bid her goodbye and returned to the street. Unsettling. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Kyle walked into the clean, white tech store. Returned to the street. That's it. I just wanted to kill 2 hours. We hurried to the set. Sitting across was a glamorous woman, Rachel. Good evening. Kyle responded, answered politely. And I as well, Rachel. Shake hands. I think that's what they meant, right? Mild exchange of pleasantries. Rachel prompted whatever. A moment of seating. The studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction. Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. Hello, Kyle, she said. I'm glad to be here. Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss, so we might as well dive right in. I'm very ready, said Rachel with a winning smile. Kyle produced the notes he had taken earlier. Let's start with your funniest story. You've been involved in a lot of things, and a lot of different things, said Kyle, but what's your funniest story? Well, that's a great question, Kyle, said Rachel. I think the story I always remember is the first time I tried to make dinner for my family. God, I don't think I've ever screwed up anything too bad, but I don't make dinner, so I'm a microwave kind of guy. You can't... Okay, one time I did forget to put water in the ramen when I went to microwave it. It didn't catch fire, but it burned through the bowl, left a terrible smell throughout the entire house, and we had to open up all the doors and windows, and it lasted for hours. It was horrible. So 0 out of 10 would not recommend. But we're on Rachel's story. In the soup I made, I swapped out the water with milk and tipped the whole jar of salt in the pot. You remember that? Yeah, Saber remembers. God, that was brutal. While my family was sick from trying to eat it, I swiped their things and locked myself in my room. Rachel laughed elegantly. Kyle decided to move on. That's neat. What are some diet tips? Speaking of food, you clearly know a lot about food. Rachel, you managed to keep such a thin and healthy figure. What is your best diet tip? Well, a good diet starts with a plan, answered Rachel, and don't break it. Cheat days can turn into a habit. But, she continued, that doesn't mean a midnight snack here and there isn't allowed. Smile. Kyle looked at his flabby self, decided not to comment, and moved on. I'm not flabby. Are you a mother? Rachel, I and many others would love to know. Are you a mother? Kyle looked up from his notes. Are you a mother? Well, being a single woman with a career, she answered, that's not something that has crossed my mind. Rachel smiled genuinely at Kyle. Very reasonable indeed, said Kyle. He referenced his paper of questions. What's your guilty pleasure? We all have one. What's your guilty pleasure? God, what is my guilty pleasure? I'm not ashamed of anything that I love. Oh, well, that's an easy answer. Dipping pickles in chocolate sauce. Honestly, that sounds terrible. That sounds absolutely vile. It might sound strange, but it's tangy and sweet at the same time. I eat it far too often, Rachel smiled sweetly. After reading his final question, Kyle looked up from his paper. Well, Rachel, I think that's all I was planning on asking you. If that's the case, Kyle, may I ask you something in return? Rachel asked one more time, smiling one more time. Do you prepare for your interviews in advance? Because you seem very together. Before Kyle could answer, the camera shut down. The broadcast was over. That's why it's called a guilty pleasure. No, I'm not ashamed of anything. Kyle returned home knowing that the interview had gone well. But as he lay in bed, drifted to sleep, he felt that perhaps something was still missing. Kyle prepared very well. That was the good ending. But something was still missing. I think social media might be my guilty pleasure, if I had to pick something. Because I do spend a lot of time browsing. So we're just going to read all the articles here. I'm not reading them again, I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep reading till my phone explodes. And then we're going to open the closet. We're going to choose the slick suit here. And then we're going to go to the kitchen. Because I want to smash some breakfast. Kyle smashed his breakfast to a pull piece in both. Oh, I thought he meant... Anyways, let's return to the kitchen. So, return to the hallway. Leave the apartment. Visit the tech store. I would like to buy a new phone. Maybe I can't do that. So we're going to steal Techno Gym again. Yeah. Return to my apartment for no time. Responded, blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay. So we've already seen this ending. Let's wither away again. Let's just die. Shucks. Get out of bed anyway. Open the closet. You know what? Let's just be a naked ghost. No, I forgot. Ah, crap. We gotta wear something. The jeans and swimming goggles. I'm sure there's more with this. Let's scavenge for gossip. Kyle firmly pressed his ear into the carpet, hoping to hear some stray words from the neighbors below. I heard Rachel May is going on a trip out of the country soon. Oh, girlfriend, tell me more. Well, what I will tell you is that every night I don a mask that looks like a bug and fight misdoers. There was a stunned silence. Then the door opened and someone exited the neighbor's apartment. I would leave too. So I've heard some gossip now. So that's going to be good. Nice juicy gossip. I should probably eat some food. As a ghost, I don't want to collapse again. So move to the kitchen, open the fridge, eat crust on the fridge wall. Kyle started scraping the streaks of crud and spots of black mold off of his walls in the fridge. After balling up the filth from the sides of the fridge, Kyle bit into the crusty, moist ball. I don't like how something is crusty and moist at the same time. That seems incorrect. Several minutes of chewing later, Kyle finished chewing and swallowed the ball whole. No, he chewed the ball. He didn't swallow it whole. He walked to the center of the kitchen. Kyle walked into the small hallway and, okay, well, we're dressed. We've eaten. We've heard a little bit of gossip. So let's go ahead and leave. Let's visit the tech store, give a review of a free sample. This phone is several years old. It's a piece of crap. Kyle responded, we're gonna scream and spin in circles. Ow. Gossip about neighbor. Good evening, everybody. My neighbor is a bug vigilante. With nothing more to say on the matter, he fell silent. My neighbor is a bug vigilante. Rachel, also on camera, stared at her hands and wondered when she was going to be introduced. The producer started cutting to different camera angles to break the tension. Kyle continued to remain silent and stare forward blankly. After several minutes, neighbor Gabby walked out onto set. "Hi, everyone. My name is Gabby, and I'm not a bug vigilante." "False." Kyle looked at Gabby, then returned to staring forwards. Gabby began to reply, but was interrupted by a bug-shaped intercom on her belt. "Bug Girl," it squawked. "A robbery is in progress on East 3rd. Report immediate." Gabby threw the intercom on the ground and crushed it under her foot. After a beat, she spoke again. "Something has come up suddenly, and I must go." Gabby left the set. "Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us, Rachel." Kyle got up, shook Rachel's hand again, and walked past the cameras, leaving her alone. Not knowing what else to do, the producer ended the broadcast. In the coming days, fans of both Rachel and Kyle dubbed this show as a masterpiece of television. Stay Up Late with Kyle's online pages were updated to reflect his broadcast as the most popular ever. Kyle's producer later tried to have Rachel on the show again, but she was very, very, very busy. Kyle talked about Gabby. Alright. Boy, there are so many possibilities. And I was a ghost this whole time in a very bizarre outfit. What am I doing? One more? One more. This will be the last run. So we're just going to exit the bed. We're going to live this time. And let's check in the desk drawer for some assorted change. I haven't done that one yet. Kyle scooped up the change scattered around the desk drawer. And I want the small key again. And then we're going to go back to my room. We're going to open the closet. We're going to put on the suit. Next is the kitchen. Check the pantry. Unlock that. We're going to grab a bottle of lard for later. And then back into the kitchen. Open the fridge. I should eat something now, though. Eat. Return to the hallway. 5 hours. That should be enough time. Check the locked door. Force the door with forehead. More. After smashing his features into solid wood for several minutes, Kyle gained severe short-term amnesia. Alright, well, let's just go. Let's go. Let's leave. Visit Gabby. Sorry, Gabby. No time to gab. "Good evening, Kyle," she said. "I've been looking forward to being here." Kyle responded. Oh, I didn't read what that said. "Hello, you?" Kyle's ears began to ring from his concussion. Rachel looked at Kyle slightly confused but continued smiling. Before she noticed the glazed look in Kyle's eyes, the producer approached. "Time to get started," he said, putting a hand on Kyle's shoulders. Shoulder or one shoulder? Not both. You can't put your hand on two shoulders at the same time. Probably, if you got big hands, I guess. "Let's get stationed." Kyle sat in the nearest chair. Rachel, her seat stolen, sat in the host chair. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. "Good evening, everyone," said Kyle. "My name is, Kyle made a desperate effort to remember his name, or really anything. Kyle looked at Rachel. "Do you know who I am?" He asked. Rachel looked back confused. "Who are you?" "Well, if you're not Kyle, I don't know who you are." Rachel smiled sweetly. Kyle made up his mind that he was probably Kyle. "Well, I'm Kyle." Eventually, Rachel spoke again. "And I'm Rachel." "Hi, everyone," she waved. "Hi, Rachel," said Kyle. "So why are you here?" Rachel was visibly worried. "Haha, funny. Were you planning on asking me any questions?" "I mean, I don't have any ideas," said Kyle. Kyle kept staring at Rachel. Someone coughed. "It was me, just now." Kyle looked around and noticed the crew. "Who on earth are all of you?" he asked. Nobody answered. Kyle got out of his chair and walked off frame, leaving Rachel alone with millions of viewers. Nah, but really. Nah, I'm not actually doing that. I don't have millions of viewers. I've got billions. Rachel started to attempt to entertain the audience herself. Eventually, the producer ended the broadcast early due to technical issues. Kyle woke up in his bed the next day remembering nothing about what had happened. Kyle forgot everything. Not too far from the truth. Okay. Well, wait. Oh, okay. Follow John Szymanski on Twitter. I think I might. Follow me on Twitter. Cozy Condo Gaming on Twitter. The difference between you and that, Kyle, is he's got viewers. You know what? Thank you for watching. I might do a part 2 of this one. That might have to happen. Maybe we'll unlock 12 endings? How many did we do? I don't even remember. I think we hit 9. We'll do more endings. I think I'll do a second episode of this one. So until next time, I'll see y'all next time.